Madness in the transfer market. Boyd calling for Igamane to be sold, and Panathinaikos greeting Ibrox with arrogance. You'll hear the truth they won't print. Raw, loud, and blue through and through. Martin's first battle, Gassama exploding, red cards flying, and Celtics media lapdogs still pretending we don't exist. Subscribe now if you're sick of sugar-coated spin and want Rangers news the way it should be. Ferocious, fearless, every shot aimed straight at the heart of the nonsense. This is not tactics, this is war. Rangers 2, Panathinaikos 0. And if you thought Russell Martin was gonna walk into Ibrox, pass the ball sideways for 90 minutes and collect handshakes at full time, you've been living in a fantasy novel. What you saw on Tuesday was Rangers football, and a manager who finally looks like he's not here to make pals with pundits. Martin's first proper game, first blood drawn, a Findlay Curtis belter, then JD Gassama lighting the place up like Guy Fawkes with a grudge. 2 goals, 1 clean sheet, and about 76% possession just to rub it in. And here's the twist. The goals? They came from lightning fast, no nonsense, grab the game by the throat counterattacks. Not some daft spreadsheet passing pattern, not some Southampton sleepwalk. No, this was direct, aggressive, ruthless Rangers. But you wouldn't know that from the whimpering coming out of Athens. Their manager, Rui Vitória, if that's not the most ironic surname I've ever heard, reckons the red card changed everything. Aye, maybe don't get yourself sent off, Giorgos. That'd help. According to Vitória, they were brilliant, created loads, should have scored, played fearlessly, blah blah blah. Here's what actually happened. Rangers scored twice. They didn't. That's the truth. That's the scoreboard. Let's talk real. Jack Butland saved our skin in the first half. We were nervy. You felt it. I felt it. But champions are made in those moments. That's what separates Ibrox from the rest of Europe's noise. And you better believe Martin learned more in those 90 minutes than he did all preseason. But now comes the real test. Athens, heat, hostility. 1 early goal from them, and it's squeaky bum time. This ain't over. No one's daft. We've seen what happens when you let your guard down in Europe. But if Martin sticks with the system that works, this aggressive, transitional, cutthroat style, then let them bring the heat. We'll bring the fire. And let's not ignore the media silence as usual. Imagine Celtic had played like that. You'd be knee-deep in glowing headlines. Tactical masterclass. Resilient hoops. Instead, with us, it's all caveats and hypotheticals. But the red card, but Panathinaikos were brave. Aye, and I'm the Queen of Denmark. Tell me this, if that was Celtic, would we be hearing excuses for Panathinaikos? Or would they already be getting fitted for the Champions League group stage tracksuits? Sell Igamane? Now? Just when the battle lines are being drawn. Kris Boyd, once a goal machine for Rangers, now handing out transfer advice like he's running a yard sale. Telling the club to cash in on Hamza Igamane because of player power? Come on. Since when did Ibrox start taking orders from moody agents and French tantrums? Igamane has barely got the mud off his boots, and folk are ready to punt him to Feyenoord or Lille like he's a box of leftover pies. Aye, there's interest. Aye, money talks. But do you honestly believe we're in a position to chuck away talent when we've just started stitching Martin's squad together? And here's the kicker. This isn't about just losing a player. This is about setting a tone. If Martin lets Igamane walk now, every lad in that dressing room sees it. See a bit of interest from abroad? Cry a bit? Pack your bags. Off you go. Is that the Rangers' way? Boyd talks about players spitting out the dummy. Here's a thought, don't sign for Rangers if you don't want to fight for the badge. Simple. We don't need folk looking for the exit the moment Europe's sniffing around. We need warriors. We need Ibrox to be the destination, not the departure lounge. And while we're here, Martin's got his hands full. Gassama looks a baller. Giga's got promise. Rothwell's steady, but let's not pretend this is job done. The squad needs depth. Fight, bite. We can't afford to become a feeder club while we're chasing Champions League nights. So here's the £1 million question. Do you want Rangers building a dynasty or flogging potential every time a European scout comes calling? And if that didn't light a fire in your belly, you might be wearing the wrong colors. Hit that subscribe button now, drop your thoughts in the comments, and let me know who's pulling the strings and who's getting played. This is your voice, your club, your fight. Let's make it heard.